I swear to God, if it tubes, I'm gonna be frustrated. I'm on the bottle auto right now. That's crazy. Okay, white gloves, white shoes, no weapon, false vision. It's just a bunch of trash uniques. Again, alright. Raise the 4, which is typically really bad. Miasma. So I have 10 damage mods here. 5-4, lightning 4, blade 4, miasma, and whatever else was. I am so tanky, bro. That's crazy. Lightning 4, raging 3, small arena. Am I dead? I'm not dead. Oh. Oh. Tanked it like a G, bro. You're joking, bro. You're joking. Oh. No way, bro. No, this is so rare. It's a T0. It's literally a T0. And that is the no Bloodnotch, no immutable, cast when stunned, T16 Ultimatum. Now, first things first. This build is still the same build, but we've adjusted some initial starting stats to allow the build to function in T16 Ultimatums until we can get a Bloodnotch to then swap back to the main build. So, to be very clear, you're gonna swap back to the main build after you get a Bloodnotch whenever you can. This is an inferior build, but again, it does work. Now let's go over mechanics. Firstly, the way this works is we are stacking as much multi-layered regeneration as possible. Firstly, we just have raw life regen, right? 1.6k here, followed by low life if you need to. You can pick up Break of Death here for more regen here. And then, most notably, is this stun node right here. It is regen 5% of life over 1 second when stunned. So this is a 5% life regen node for free. Yeah, right there, done, dusted. Obviously we have vitality as well, and on the tree there's lots of life regen. That's the first layer. Number 2, recoup. Obviously we have infused flesh, but we also try to anoint vampirism as soon as possible, because more is better in this situation. And specifically, we want recoup over 3 seconds, okay? But please remember, this is only for this variation, and when you get a Bloodnotch, you do not want this node afterwards. So after you get Bloodnotch, take it off. Next part, it's leech. We need to leech our damage from hits, and it caps out at 20% per second of life leech. So this flask already can sustain you 2 max leech. I have tried to use worms mold. I tried pathing down here for total recovery and everything. End of the day, doesn't do very much, and it wasn't worth the points. So the flask itself is enough. Next, we have the stun mastery for more recovery here. So this is like a mini Bloodnotch, basically. So 10% of the stunning hit recovers life. So it is a mini Bloodnotch, but everything helps, right? It adds up. So next up is Flask full nodes. So if you've played Pathfinder before, you will know that flasks can be taken with this mastery here. Basically, in Ultimatum, your flask will piano with the flask full in chat. It's non-stop, right? Non-stop. So each time it procs, that's 4% of total life killed on flasks. But because we're using Bloodnotch, our real HP pool is half of that, which means we're healing about 8% max life per flask. So it's incredible. And so also here, increased flask charges gained. So it's what, 5%, 10%, 35%. So 35% means that you really want +3 charges. So again, I suggest you guys to roll +3 because 3 times 1.35 is 4. So you get 4 charges when hits, but 2 times 1.35 is only 2. And next up is life on kill. So life on kill, we can get also on annoyance. Now remember, this is a cheap annoyance. It's amber till violet, very cheap. So it shouldn't cost too much. And it's another reason why I think high start is really good. Get the early currency, buy the essentials, and move on, right? Move on. Honestly, this time, I'm not even going to farm for Bloodnotch in heist. I'm going to farm for my core uniques and core flasks and just go straight into maps. And go straight into Ultimatum. Because I don't need Bloodnotch anymore, right? And then lastly, we have the Rays of 7th Sun. It is recover life when you ignite. There's another percentage recovery that's conditional. Now you got like what, 6-7 layers of recovery all adding up together. So here it's 1% life when you ignite an enemy, so when you ignite, gain life. Done. Obviously, early on, unlikely to drop. It's very common, but there's an eye level 77 drop restriction. So until I think tier 12 maps or something, it won't show up until then. And so the next part is to stack as much anti-burst as possible. So obviously we already have PB. PB defers 40%. But we also have Stun Mastery Adrenaline. Since we don't have Immutable, and we only are using a block recovery flask, we don't actually get to become, you know, gliding through mobs while stunned. We do get stunned for quite a long time. And this means we are effectively perma-adrenaline. It's always up pretty much. So that's a huge buff because that's 10% fist ER, more damage and more speed, I think. Okay, and the next part is Lori's Lantern. Surprisingly, suggested by RJ, very good idea. This gives you basically lucky, well, enemies unlucky, right? We are low life, so this is great for us. And it can help with bursting because if they're unlucky, if there's 5 incoming hits and they're unlucky, you'll receive a lower burst damage overall. And that's what's important. And again, back to Recoup. The reason why we have Recoup over 3 is because we want to recover life as soon as possible after getting bursted down. That's why we have this node here. So uniques. We are using Vol's Devotion. This is, if it's cheap, okay? If it's cheap, pick it up. This is a great suggestion by PGF, right? That being said, if it's not cheap, don't bother. Just get a rare helmet. There's no point, just get a rare helmet. The rest of the stuff here does not matter. Click of Flame, mandatory, good, but you can go Death Rush, right? I would ideally recommend a rare amulet with high life, good stats. But if a replica Eteris Foible is cheap, go for that. And by cheap, I mean like less than 5C. If it's more than 5C, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Just go for like 140 life amulets. Weapons. So before Razor, Balefire seems to be pretty good. Balefire and or Rare Scepters. And the rest is as shown. Make sure you have a source of Night Prolif. And make sure best thing you can get, right? Best you can get. So I know my character's level 99. That's why I have a, you know, 70 life roll here, 70 here, and 0 here. So I'm missing about 100 and 260 life from here, which is more than the life over here that I lost. I will mention quickly that I have Agnostic here, and I have Agnostic here pretty much only because I want to guarantee the stuns from Adrenaline, and because we're fighting really weak mobs that some of them don't hit. Do note that Bloodnotch does not care about Agnostic. Bloodnotch will still proc regardless, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about the Ultimatum itself. So when you're doing Ultimatum, it's gonna be a bit different. Because we're not a full build yet, there are some things we can't do. Try your very best to not take Fire 4. Fire 4, from my hours and hours testing today, is the one thing that kills me the most, if not all the time. So Fire 4, do not take. It has very high shotgun burst, and I honestly think it does 2 damage. Small Arena can become very dangerous, but honestly, I would say Small Arena is fine unless you have Small Arena plus Fire 3 or Fire 4. Also, increased damage taken, don't take that. I mean, basically try your best to not take damage. If it's gonna slow your character down, that's fine. In fact, I would even recommend taking degens over damage, because we have so much life regeneration that Poison 1, Blood Altar, they actually don't do damage to us because we have so much regen. And things you probably shouldn't take is overwhelming damage, because that is Ignore Fizz. That's not great. Other than that, just follow the main guide. The same Ultimate tier list. Same thing. So what should you do from here? Basically, I recommend farming Ultimatum until you get a Bloodnotch, and then transition to main build. Or you can go Defiance, then go Bloodnotch, then go main build. Right, because if you get Defiance, I think you can start running Fire 4 mods and just start doing Ultimatum without Bloodnotch, because it should keep you alive. Today, I spent around 4 hours and I had like 6 raw Divines, 1 Divine Inscription, and a ton of good stuff like jewels for 3 Divines. I got a regular pack as well. Like, bro, even without Scarabs, base Ultimatum, it was printing for me today. And hopefully the RNG carries over, but bro, I was getting tilted, bro. 6 Divines in like 3-4 hours alone, raw, is huge, right? It's huge. And yeah, hopefully that should cover everything. Maybe put out a part-time video. I don't know. We shall see. I have a PoB ready, but I'll post on my Discord, I guess. And you can still tell I'm a little bit sick still. My nose is stuck blocked, so yeah. And I will see you for the endgame build guide. And I hope you guys enjoy the no Bloodnotch custom stuns. Bye-bye.